My name is Brandon and I garden in Phoenix, Arizona. Welcome back for part 2 of my series on how I'm doing irrigation for my raised garden beds. So some slight changes. All the footage I filmed got erased, so we're going to be on a different bed, but at the same stage. We've got all our black polyline ran, and we ran it around each bed up until the end. So I went and picked up some of these hooks, and what these hooks are going to do is they're going to hold the poly down into the soil so that way it doesn't move around once it gets under pressure. I'm going to put 3 of these down on each side. 1. And now for the fun part, we get to run the actual emitters. So this is a 1/4 inch tubing. This particular one has emitters every 6 inches. I'm hoping that this is gonna help me cut down on my water consumption, so we'll see. Another thing you're gonna need is your 1/4 inch barb connectors. These have barbs on either side, so one's gonna poke into that poly line that we just ran, and the other one is going to poke into the emitter drip line, and it's gonna allow the water to flow through. You're also gonna need a poking tool. This is gonna help you poke that main poly line, so that way you can make the connections a lot easier. These are called goof plugs, and basically what it's gonna do is clog that emitter line at the end so nothing can come out. And this is a 4-inch support stake. I'm going to be doing my emitter lines in a grid pattern, and I'm gonna be using these to hold that grid down so it doesn't move around. Another couple things I'm gonna be using, this is a tape measure and my Sharpie. I'm gonna be using the tape measure and Sharpie to mark every foot, so that way I know where to put an emitter line along the tube. So I know this is about a foot, so I'm gonna put a dripper line on each side. And then another foot here. So I'm gonna put another one here, and this is gonna run vertically across the bed, and on the other side, I'm gonna put one towards the bottom of the bed that runs this way. So now I'm gonna use a poking tool, and I'm gonna run holes along all the marks that I just did. 1, 2. Okay, so now we're gonna take the barb, and this is our emitter line, and we're gonna plug it in. And all we're gonna do is find the hole that we just poked and plug it in. I'm gonna run this all the way down the bed to the end and cut. This is the point we're gonna use our goof plugs, just like so. And then I'm just gonna run all the rest. Okay, now that those are done, it's time to run the really long ones across the beds. And this is where the grid really starts to take shape because we're gonna stake it all down. And just like that, we have a grid system on our bed. I got all my irrigation materials from Sprinkler World in Mesa, and the people there are super knowledgeable. I highly recommend them if you're in the Phoenix Valley. If you have any questions about any of this process, make sure you leave them down in the comments below, and I will do my best to get to them. And until next time, as always, happy gardening, everybody.